Next Generation Science Club started from this larger problem. We see that in science and engineering fields, there's certain groups that are underrepresented. And when we took a closer look at our district, when we looked at the higher level high school science courses and the students who were in those classes, we also noticed that we wanted to make sure that all student groups were represented. So we thought, how could we really target those students and get them involved in a way that would be really meaningful?
We also wanted just to give hands-on activities that allowed for success and failure, because that was one of the things that was found in the research, that a lot of students, if they failed something, they assumed that they weren't good at it. And so it deterred them from moving forward with that career opportunity. So just seeing that failure is part of the process, especially with engineering, was just a great opportunity to provide with the NGS Club to the students at our schools.
It offers the students an opportunity to do more fun stuff, like doing the hands-on activities that they really want to do and they really like engaging in. It's a little different than, being lectured to, or even, fun classroom activities don't have that appeal that NGS Club offers. Working with their peers to just solve a problem is something that I think all the students like and they gravitate towards.
The great thing is that we have this extra time with our students to engage in topics and career focus that we don't necessarily have time to address in our normal class periods. So especially with engineering, it gives students the opportunity to really go through the entire process. Usually in a class period, we have time for a section like identifying the problem or maybe evaluating solutions, but to actually go through the entire process where they're coming up with the problem, they're designing a model, they're building, they're testing and redesigning and evaluating is really special to have that time in the club meetings.
Being in the NGS Club is really fun. Like, you do a lot of variety of projects with materials, and you have to think like an engineer or a scientist, and you have to think intuitively, so it's really fun.
For me personally, besides it being fun, it's also a very interesting experience because you get to communicate more and talk to more students and get to know them, and we all share a common idea that we do like science or prefer to learn about science more than other subjects.
My favorite part of the NGS Club is going to the field trips in the high school and the colleges because you could experience what they do in their lab.
My favorite part is the process of the building and constructing and kind of like having a conversation of how we're supposed to build it, or designing how we're going to fix what we have learned over the past couple days. Maybe we change our mind on the design, or we decide to restart because that's like the scientific process is like my favorite part of it.
My favorite part has to be like the more hands-on projects, because you get to like experiment more, and then like you get to make mistakes, but then you realize and you learn from them, which is like fun because it's kind of like a life lesson.
I have seen students' science interests increase because of NGS. I noticed that some of the kids that are in NGS are students that are successful in science and sometimes aren't successful in science, and yet they still use this club as a way to express themselves as a scientist and as an engineer. And I've seen the students become higher level thinkers inside the classroom because they've been thinking more and building more in our NGS club.
What makes this possible is all of the amazing people who are involved. So the district office supports the teachers with planning time and ideas and support. Then there's teachers from all over the district who are hosting the meetings at middle schools. But in addition, all of the high schools are involved with hosting field trips. And beyond that, we have community involvement with our community college field trips as well. So there's a lot of people that really are invested in this, and it's really paying off.
I would say that the lasting effect I would hope that the clubs would have on all the students is that they would have the knowledge of the opportunities that are available to them in the high school level and beyond, so they know what pathways that they can take within high school, whether it's engineering or medical, which could lead to a specific degree that they get in college. So just the understanding of what's available to them. I also hope with them taking a step by participating in the club, that's going to encourage them at the high school level to get involved with clubs. In college, I know that was a big thing that I wish I would have known more about, which was volunteering in labs and just getting more involved. So I feel like just the participation, I'm hoping, is a lasting effect on their lives, that they'll, whatever they're interested in, they'll just be active learners. And even if science isn't a career pathway for them, that they've at least pursued that interest and they can see why it worked or it didn't work for them, but at least they're able to have the support and the knowledge to make that educated decision.